Hello.
Hello. I'll
Good
just,
evening.
good evening. So we succeeded.
Yes, we succeeded. It's my second
Yeah.
Insta live, uh, so I'm yet getting
It's my,
used to this.
oh, it's my first when we are like two on, so
Oh,
I'm
wow.
also getting used to it.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi, Maria. Good evening. Good to see
Hi.
you. Hi. You from Denmark.
I am from Denmark, yeah, and thank you for having me.
Thank you so
I
much for
have
being.
I have to say that I live far out in the forest and the Wi-Fi connection is pretty bad sometimes. So if I have a little lacking, it's just due to connection.
No issues at all. We're
Okay,
just
good.
excited to hear from you and hear from someone who's a shaman who lives in Denmark, and even more beautiful that you live in the forest.
I do, yeah. I'm very lucky.
Yes, you truly are blessed. And we are blessed to have you talk about healing from nature.
Yes, you asked me to pick a subject that was close to my heart, and at the at the moment, I think a lot of people will really benefit, no matter where they live, to go more out into nature because in nature we can find a lot of healing and a lot of meaning with things when things seem meaningless at the moment, which
Yeah,
is it does, yeah.
I think I always underestimated the power of hugging a tree. But once
Yeah,
I would go out in nature and I would hold the tree, it was so beautiful.
yeah.
So hi everyone, we've got a lot of people from all over the world saying hi and waving to us. Welcome. My name is Hitesh. I'm one of the hands behind Joining Hands. Joining Hands, of course, you can look at our Insta handle. We're an initiative to clear the cloud around alternate healing. We believe that alternate healing has been wrapped in this beautiful, mystic world where a lot of people really don't understand it. I'm a past life regression therapist myself, and I've been told a lot of things from being called that this is hogwash, this is not true, and so many other things. And we have with us the beautiful Maria from Denmark, from the forest of Denmark,
Yeah.
talking to us about healing with nature. So over to you, Maria. We love to hear more about the modality you practice, and through this channel, we're hoping that we can get more people being aware about the different modalities of alternate healing and how they work.
Yeah. And first of all, of course, I'm very pleased to be here and thank you and for all the good work that you do with your organization or what you call it, your platform. Um, the work I do and practice here in Denmark is inspired by modern shamanism as it was originally taught by Michael Harner, who took a lot of shamanistic traditions and like sort of uh, compiled it into something that we could use for Western people to make sense and put into something that looked like our everyday life. So we don't have to go on a vision quest for 3 days to practice something that is still meaningful for us. But also, of course, I have my own heritage to draw from, and that is the Nordic ways of the Nordic traditions, very much inspired by what we know from the Viking Age, and because that is the latest we can go back with written sources. Uh, from there, we take a lot of inspiration, but we also take a lot of inspiration directly from nature. And that is what I wanted to talk about today, because nature is for me the place where, even though the world is crazy, even though maybe someone is hurting or life is difficult, when you go out and look in nature, everything is always the same and always changing. So that is sort of it's comforting to know that even though I don't know where to go, I can always go out for me.
Yeah, I think that is very beautiful. Even when I don't know where to go, I can
Yeah,
always go to the forest.
yeah,
And I think it's
it's
just beautiful to look at the forest and be in the forest and absorb the energy of that. So how does this really, in case someone has any issues, how would they get healed with nature? And that's what we'd love to know more about, Maria.
Yeah. For me, I do a lot of medicine walks with my clients. And a medicine walk is like if you have ever done a drum journey or a guided meditation where you look for answers, maybe if I should try to use words someone understand. It's like going out with a mission, an intention, a question. How do I get help for this and that? And then I call for the spirits and ask the spirits of nature, the trees, the birds, and also the invisible spirits, the guides, the teachers, to come and provide me with the answers. And the answers is not always like, oh, you have to go doing this and this and that. It can be like, oh, three swans flow in that direction, or the stream told me that I need to pay more attention to water, and so it's a lot about learning the language of nature, maybe.
Right. Yeah, I remember learning a song when I was learning shamanism. Earth my body, water my blood, air my breath, and fire my spirit. So it's about
Definitely.
connecting with nature and understanding the language of nature, not
Yeah.
speaking the language we speak, but tuning into the language of nature. So is this all covered under with shamanism, with modern shamanism, as you call it?
If it's covered in there, I'm not sure. One could say there's a lot of different traditions at the moment going on, both in Denmark and in all of the world
Mm-hmm.
regarding shamanism. But in the way it is mostly practiced here in Denmark and in the northern, in Scandinavia, nature has a very big role to play in that, a big part of it, because we still, it's like a lot of people in Scandinavia, for example, or I think in the Western society, in all, we are longing for something, but we don't know what it is that we are missing.
Right.
We just have this urge for something deeper, for something meaningful. And I myself have found meaning when I started going to nature and like tuning in and tapping into the energy and the power that nature provides.
So, in case our viewers want to explore nature healing, I'm presuming any kind of issues that they have, either physical or mental or emotional issues that they want to work with, how can they really go and explore healing with the nature? Because not everyone can learn modern shamanism.
Yeah, a very big important part for me is that I want to make it accessible for many
Mm-hmm.
people, and you don't have to be a shaman or something very evolved spiritual to take advantage of nature, but just to go with the intention that I want to find a spot, a power spot we also call it, to go and sit and connect with nature. That could be the only mission for the walk tomorrow, or when you will go out. Just to ask, please guide me to find a spot where I can connect to nature, and then let yourself be led to the right spot. Maybe it's not necessarily the most pretty spot, or the most romantic with the trees and all, but maybe it's the one spot that you are mostly uh, pulled against, or drawn against, I would say. The one place there you can feel when you enter this place, no matter if it's on a rock or a fallen tree or a nearby lake, you have this sort of feeling of you're letting go and tuning in. And we usually say that this is the place where you are totally plugged in.
So does it really have to be only a forest, or could it be a beach?
Yeah, for sure. And I would even say in Central Park, it's important for me that this is not for the few. I want to make this available for everyone, even if you're living in the big city and all you have is a park. I would even say if you have a balcony to your apartment where you have a plant, a pot plant. I don't know what it's called, but some pots with some
Right.
flowers
Right.
in it, and you can connect to the moon, and you can connect to the sun. Um, Everywhere you go, you will always find a small spot with green, and that is actually all you need, or a little bit of dirt, to connect with the earth.
Yeah, I think that's why most people misunderstand, that they presume being in nature means being in the forest, which is not true. It's connecting
No,
to nature around you.
it
Because
definitely, yeah.
even if you're in the big city, you will always find a tree. You might find a small park. And like you rightly said, even in your balcony, your
Yeah,
terrace, you might find a small plant or a pot. So how
yeah,
does one really connect? And this is something that I'm sure everyone who's watching us would love to know. As a shaman, you're trained to either journey and find your space, whether to the lower world or to the higher world. But for someone who's not a shaman, should they just find a spot? And once you find a spot, what do you need to do if you're looking at finding your own healing?
yeah. I would say the one first most important thing is to ask for help, and stop thinking that you need to figure it all out yourself. Let go of the ego and just go out, open your heart and say, "Hey, I'm here. I don't know what I'm doing, but I really need help." And for a lot of modern people, it's difficult to lose faith and sort of giving in to something higher than what we have learned in school. But I have experienced that there's a lot of healing just to be found in that situation where you let go of "I can do this on my own" to "I need help. Please help me."
Oh, that's beautiful. And like you rightly said, we're all so caught up by our ego, that we just refuse to let. And for those who are watching us and those who will watch this, the one thing you value the most is something you didn't choose, which is your own name. And we all keep talking about our ego. And there are 19 people live now, and I'm sure a lot of others will watch this video. And I can guarantee that barely anyone chooses their own name. And yet we get so held on to our name and our ego. And as Maria beautifully put it, all you need to do is go out there in nature and just ask for help.
Yeah.
Close your eyes and reach out to nature and ask for help. And
Yeah.
what else would you recommend?
Yeah, but when you are sitting there and asking for help, then try to let go of the expectations, because that is the next problem. You have the ego, and then we have the expectations that we have to get it all in colors and the, I don't know, the fairy tale creatures and unicorns and things you expect to see. Often it is much more simple than that. It is just maybe the immense love you feel from the oak tree, or the nurturing feeling of being seen and being acknowledged by the bird, maybe. That could be like the first step in the healing. And if we take it down to very simple practices, it is really that: be open, let go of the ego, let go of the expectation, and then you have, okay, I would really love to have help for finding the right place to live, maybe, if that was what I was into the forest or into the nature with, or please help me let go of my anxiety or whatever I was dealing with. And then, as modern people, we have to give it time. Probably it won't be over in like 10 minutes, or maybe it will, but mostly a lot of the practice is also to lean in. In the Nordic shamanism, we don't have a lot of offerings that we bring. What we often say is that modern people's most important and valued offering is our time, because we are so busy always getting to the next thing and the next thing. And sometimes the biggest thing we can do is just be.
Yeah, I think that is the biggest offering. To leave your watch, to leave
Yeah,
your cell phones, to leave anything that you can track the time with, and sit down and be with nature and just embrace the healing that nature offers you. And
yeah,
I think that's the essence of shamanism. It's not about understanding. And correct me if I'm wrong, Maria. It's not about doing things, whether you journey or whether you sit and do deep meditations, or you offer, or whether you take ayahuasca or you take any of that. It's about offering to Mother Nature yourself. And like Maria said, I think point number one is be open. Point number two was to be to leave the ego, and point number three is to have no expectations.
Yeah.
And of course, point number four, I think, would be to tune in to yourself, and just maybe it's a bird chirping that will give you the answer. Maybe it's a whiff of fresh air that hits you will give you the answer. But to tune in and find the answer. That's beautiful, Maria. Thank you so much for making that simple for everyone who's watching and everyone who will watch this video.
You're most welcome.
Anything else that you would like to add, Maria? Do you also
No.
do shamanic drumming?
Yeah, we do that also. It's like I have a toolbox, and
Right.
depending on what the problem I need to solve, I either reach for the drum, the staff, the voice, the rattles, or I'll go into nature. Yeah.
And do you do this online also? Sorry, do you do this online also?
Yeah, but only in Danish up until yet, unfortunately.
Oh, it would be lovely to do it in English once.
Yeah, maybe when I have the courage, I will start teaching in English. Yeah, but at the moment, it's only in Danish. Yeah.
Wow. And would you mind telling us who your power animals is?
Yeah, one of them I can tell because he is already public. I could say so. It's a buzzard, and yeah, a prey bird. Yeah, which is very common in Denmark. So I'm lucky to see it all the time here. But also often, sometimes it's roadkill. So I can pick up the beautiful bird and work with the body afterwards. Yeah.
That's beautiful. Whenever you're ready to do a session in English, we will be more than happy to host you. We are a very active community on Zoom.
Yeah.
And for those who want to know, you can check out our website, joininghands.in. And we will really hope that Maria can do a beautiful session with us someday, and to do an online drumming session where we can journey into ourselves.
Yeah, I will go and ask nature for courage to turn into English.
I will ask for my power animal to send you courage.
Thank you.
My power animal is the elephant.
Oh, how sweet. Yeah, that's a strong, big one. Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of courage. And we will we will ask everyone watching us to please send Maria love and courage so that very soon she can actually do an online shamanic drumming with us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Maria. It was lovely chatting with you. And we love to hear, I'm sure we would love to hear more about shamanism. We should do a series on shamanism, right from the different worlds, the lower world, the middle world, the higher world, and explain to people what power animals are also. But I love the fact that we've now, more people are aware that they can really heal from nature. Thank you so much, Maria. Lots of love to you. Thank you.
Yes, likewise. Bye.
Bye, Maria.